Rich rising, wealthiest rising, grand rising. Hmm. Hello, hello, hello. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you guys for being here. Come on in. Come on in. Hello, hello, and hello. Thank you guys for being here. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the collective. Collective, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. If you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It will totally mean the world to me. Thank you guys for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I totally appreciate that. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so we have to alter your title. As y'all know, we're going to start off with Alfatia, everybody. Grand rising, blessings, 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 and thank you for being here. Title it should be saying all caps lock. Come on and do the locomotion with me. Come on, everybody in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so we have this message. It says, if you're tired of struggling, do this. And period. All right, so we got that. If you're tired of struggling, do this. Period. Copy. And we'll get into that. So we're gonna save that on the horizon, on the forefront over here. Welcome, 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 everyone. Come on in. Thank you for being here. I know I'm a little shiny today. I just was oiling my hair, and as a result, it is all everywhere else. So don't judge the oiliness. I was trying to find my hijab that matches this, could not find it. So hence, here we are. Um, but we here. But I am a little shiny. It's like when your mom put oil or Vaseline on you and send you to school. You be looking like you got chicken grease on you all day or Vaseline on you all day. Take it how it resonates. Um, mm-mm-mm. Also, please don't forget to hit the heart button, please, and thank you. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Period. Got that. Copy that. Put that over here. All right. Paste there. Mm, All right, so we got that. So it says if you're tired of struggling, do this: lose everything to lose nothing. And we'll get into that and explain what that means in a hot second. We're gonna go over everything else that we need to do. Um, Everything is set up now. We're gonna go to Store Alfonso. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Come on in. Come on in. Please and thank you. It started off as a good day. Happy Friday, wherever you are in the world, because Friday was yesterday to somebody. Friday might not be till tomorrow to somebody else. Especially on this channel, because we got people from everywhere. Australia, the Netherlands, Africa. So yesterday was Friday to somebody that is, I think, in the Netherlands, because they came in telling me Happy Friday. If you're on my time, then today is Friday. If you're on somebody else's time, tomorrow might be Friday. Don't know. Anyway, Happy Friday. Friday could also pertain to your work time. Okay. All right. So, in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful, all praises for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us along the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, not those you are displeased with or those who are astray. Now we're going to go into Psalms 91. Please and thank you. Psalms 91 says, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rapport. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life. I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I mean, all right. So, welcome, 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 everyone. Hello, hello, and hello. Thank you for being here. Y'all, it smells like summer outside finally. And that's funny because, the smells that normally you associate with like spring, winter, fall, like all of those things. But for some reason, I want to sing. What's that lady name? She sing. Is it Lisa? Lisa? It might not be her. Seasons change, people change. I sacrifice tomorrow just to have you here today. Just to have you here today. Period. Um, who sings that? Anybody know? All right, so let's get into this message. Why I feel like I'm forgetting something though. All right, so we're gonna talk about King Solomon, and as y'all know, King Solomon keeps coming up in a lot of things that we talk about. Why? Because King Solomon is accredited for parts of the Bible. The part of the Bible that we're going to talk about is Ecclesiastics. Um, Vanity is vanity. All is vanity. In an older language, the word vanity here doesn't just mean pride or appearance, it means temporary, empty, fleeting, meaningless, without a deeper purpose. Wealth fades, beauty fades, power fades, fame disappears. Human life is temporary. Everything in this world is temporary and cannot fully satisfy the soul. So we also are talking about mortality, materialism, ego, the search for meaning, the cycles of life, spirituality, um, religion. Silver Dad, hello, welcome to being here. Religion, don't build your entire identity on worldly things. Seek wisdom and deeper truth. Understand that external success alone won't bring fulfillment. It's one of those things where we talk about like everything is yours and yet nothing is yours, going with the flow, um, the manifest the reality of manifestation. Um, if you are to if you're manifesting something, it's what I tell everybody here all the time. People will go to other people and they'll say, "Oh, I'm manifesting such and such and such," or this person will say, I'm a master manifester, right?" And I be seeing the people who are absolutely, they'll have a channel full of people, right? And most of the time I see this, and I ain't saying nothing, but it's always a foreigner, right? Um, I'm a master manifester. And so they'll have like all of these people sending them, whatever, this, that, and third. And I look at the people and I'll be saying, why the fuck are y'all sending stuff to a person? It's clear from their background, it's clear from where they are, it's clear from everything that they're doing. They ain't manifested nothing. The thing that they're doing is utilizing your ignorance or lack thereof, common sense, to want something so bad that you bypass exactly what you're seeing from the people. And so it's like a person saying, I can teach you how to have a long relationship. But mind you, they don't have none. They're very single. I can teach you how to be the perfect wife. They don't have a husband. I can teach you how to, whatever it is also in the process of that, they ain't got it. Okay? So it kind of reminds me of that. Anyway, seek wisdom and deeper truth. Understand that external success alone won't bring fulfillment. Um, so I was listening to something, and it's like it was King Solomon basically, and it was talking about when he said vanity is vanity, it is all vanity, and they were saying like he's not a person who didn't achieve success. He's a person that had everything. And they said 700 wives and, this, that, and third. And it was going into, and I was just shocked that the first thing they said was 700 wives because, like, how the fuck is that an achievement? But anyway, what it made me think of was like disease because, like, y'all mean to tell me this nigga had 700 wives back in bumblefuck, you know, medieval times and no disease ever broke out, like a bitch pH wasn't off or anything. That was neither here nor there because the purpose was, it's never going to make you happy. Like, you notice how a lot of people that have a lot of wealth don't be wealthy. They're never happy even after they achieve the thing, and then they start looking for outside, shit to fucking fulfill them. When meanwhile, everything that they achieved should make them happy because when you don't have it, you'll be sitting by and saying, "Well, shit, money would make me happy," or they tell you money don't make you happy. Well, the experience that comes along with the money should definitely make you happy. If you're able to just wake up and do whatever it is you want to do on a daily basis, that should make you happy. You get to pay your bills whenever you're ready. But to me, this was the major thing that I actually love about having money, right? And I was reminded of this yesterday. So I done took my tried to take my lawnmower blades off, right? Very unsuccessful. I was shooting a YouTube video and I was out here saying This is how you change your lawnmower blades. Mind you, we didn't try to lift this bitch up. We didn't try everything, but every time the blades were spinning at the same time, there's three blades at the end of under my zero turn, right? And so I'm like, why the hell are the blades spinning like that? Anyway, long story short, the reason why I was taking the blades off is because I've been cutting grass and ain't no grass getting cut, right? So something is wrong. Mind you, I be using my zero turn for everything. Like, and I mean everything. Like, I be going up in spaces I probably should not be going because, you know. Anyway, long story short, my neighbor told me that he would sharpen my blades for me, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I'm hyped because I get to get my blades sharpened. That means I get to my peaceful thing, y'all, is I like getting on the lawnmower and just riding, cutting grass, right? So I'm like, okay, well, we'll take them off. We'll have them ready for you. Da 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 da. He shows up. We ain't got the shit off. My son takes the lawnmower over there to him to, ask him, well, why we can't get them off. Long story short, he takes one off and he brings it to me. First of all, my son was already, clowning me like, Mom, you done had this zero turn for how many years and you ain't never changed the blade? Like, go figure. I get on the bitch and ride, right? Who knew? Anyway, long story short, my neighbor shows up at the door and he's like, let me show you something. So he's like, we can't sharpen this. It's too short, right? So it made me laugh because while I was under there trying to take the blades off, I realized that it was cut because it was like almost very sharp on my hand. So I kind of already assumed that the blades wasn't no good. Anyway, he didn't, say anything other than you're gonna have to get some new ones, right? So he said, take this one, go to the place, go get you the blades. That's when it hit me. That's the part I like about having money. Because not that, I got money to spend on that, but the fact of the matter is I need it fixed. And the day before that, I had to buy a battery, but I should have already bought the battery before. But, I needed to buy the battery, got the battery. And then the next day, I'm having to buy three blades, and I get to actually actively go to the store and get the blades. You see what I'm saying? And so I didn't have to. He said, "You want to go get them today?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Now, imagine if you can't go get something. So as I was driving along in my automobile and I was going to the damn store and I was thinking, this is right here why I like having money. Because when a problem arises, you may not want to, and even if you can't pay for it, this is the other thing. So it ain't even about a whole lot of money because the fucking blades cost $15, just so y'all know. So it ain't a large amount of money, but suppose it's a large amount of money. And I can remember this instance. One time one of my big trucks broke down, cost 20 something thousand to fix it straight off the gate, right? And in my mind, now I wouldn't make that mistake. I would just go buy a whole nother truck. If a truck costs 20 bands, depending upon, what I got into it, I'm just gonna fucking go buy a new one, right? But long story short, 20,000 and I had the 20 bands. Which to me, it was thankful that you're able to do that. But guess what? Spending 20 bands in one day wasn't smart because right behind that, it ended up the total being $35,000 that I had to spend. I could have bought a whole nother brand new fucking truck for that. I could have bought several trucks for that and have my money. And although, hindsight 2020, you don't think about it, but the point of it um it's the difference when you're able to or when you can't. Because just imagine if you need something and you can't go do it. That's a whole nother stressor. It's a whole nother, type of shit. So this is one thing that I have learned, and I'm gonna tell y'all from personal experience. So, the message being, if you're tired of stressing, do this. And I ain't giving nobody advice, so I'm gonna tell y'all also with this: take what you need and go. Like, this is not for you to, say, oh, this is what the person. No, you have to have some discernment and know that, what is being said is for you. So again, I ain't giving nobody medical advice. I ain't giving nobody investing advice. I ain't giving nobody, I ain't whatever advice. This is, I'm talking about me. And I'm gonna just tell y'all that every time something started to stress me out and I just gave it up and gave it to God, like, I ain't worried about this no more. There's nothing else I can do. Whatever you can deal with, you can deal with. Whatever you can't, give it to God. And that is anything. let it go. Make peace with it. So if you're tired of struggling, do this. Lose everything to lose nothing. And I know that sounds a little bit strange, but sometimes it's the mindset. And I'm gonna tell you very personal things. It's like on my channel. Once upon a time, I used to do a whole lot of stuff, right? And at one point in time, overproducing. I'm an overproducer, right? I'm an overachiever. I do the work. So this is like when merit was important. Your merit, what you do, what you put out will return. Not in this system. Not in this system. And that's still to be a good person. So yes, what you put out will return. It's the law of karma, but also sometimes less is more. So again, you have to have some discernment in this. As above, so below, as within, so without. Everything is yours, and yet nothing is yours. Okay, so that type of thing. So overproducing. And it was working out at one point in time. Only worked out one time as far as my channel was concerned, because that month I had a pretty good month on my channel, right? But then I was doing a lot of work, and if you look at my channel, I got so many videos. I have more videos than a lot of people, but yet you'll notice that they have more, followers, subscribers, whatever than I do, right? Why? Then I noticed that even recently, right? Streaming 24 hours, doing this, that, and the third. And then one day the cameras go off. And when the cameras went off, do y'all know that the next day when I came back, when I put the cameras back on, the next day that I came back, there's something that shows up in my account, right? And it'll say you made $9.32 more than you made last week. So it'll tell you everything that you're advancing towards, right? And so long story short, I streamed for 24 hours, and somehow the week that I didn't stream for 24 hours, I made more money, which is weird because I'm saying I did less, but I made more. Anyway, it started to happen in a couple different areas, right? Because it's like when a person says you should just be able to live for free, because everything that you need has already been provided. You shouldn't have to struggle to do anything. Going with the flow is important. Like right here. And I'm gonna just tell you right now. So it says, woohoo! You earned $4.72 more over last week. Last week I streamed more. And although $4.72 might not be nothing, it adds up in the long run, because it'll be accumulation. It'll tell me weekly thing that you did this, that. So that means that as of now, I should be on target to make more money this month than I did last month. And I didn't stream as much. In life, I'm always, actively trying to figure out what business should I do for this, that, or third, da 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 da. Everybody knows that since 2023, I haven't been to work. I gotten, hit. So it's not that I don't, do stuff, but in trucking, 2023, a person ran up to me to hit me, right? And I made a lot of money during that time in trucking. I made a whole lot of money, a shitload of money, right? Um, and I was able to, kind of do stuff that I never probably in life thought I would be able to do. So, in that process of having a shitload of money, when things started to be out of alignment, because this is also talking about alignment, right? When things started to kick itself out of alignment, during that time of me making a whole lot of money, the last 6 months when things started to be out of alignment, I was still making a whole lot of money, right? But for some reason, I couldn't pay certain things. And I'm like, I made more money. I was making a substantial amount of money. Why is it that, where is my money going? It was weird to me, because I'm saying I should be able to pay for this, this, this. You ever heard the saying, a penny with a hole in it? It kind of felt like that, a penny with a hole in it, because what the fuck, where is my money going? Why am I making more money than I've ever made in my life, and all of a sudden now something is happening? Anyway, long story short, the first month that I was out of work and not making any money, somehow I paid more stuff. And it didn't make any sense. So it's this thing that happens when you just start to go with the flow, and then things start happening. Things start happening for you. It's because of alignment. And so it's like yesterday I was watching this thing, and this was a perfect example, right? A guy said he was talking to one of his friends, and he said his friend told him that he was going to get this lady, right? Um, what I did with there. He said he was going to get this lady, and he had been watching her. So, guys, he's basically saying be mindful of what you put on social media because sometimes people know more about you than you know about them. And so, the guy, his friend, told him he was going to get this lady because she was wealthy. She got this. She's always doing this. She's, just has this beautiful life, right? Anyway, long story short, he says he ain't seen the friend for a while. A couple months later, and I'm paraphrasing the story, so whatever. Anyway, a couple weeks later, he sees the guy and he's with the lady. And so, as they're talking because now he's looking at the dude like, oh shit, he got the woman that he said. So the lady says, well, we just randomly met. He didn't know nothing about me. I didn't know nothing about him. And we just hitting it off. And, we're just happy go lucky, da 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 da. But she didn't realize that this nigga had been fucking watching her because he made it as if like, oh, we just randomly met. But mind you, he been clocking tea. Anyway, long story short, the guy says, eventually she started, happy Friday, Majestic Grace. Love you. Thank you for being here. He eventually, she eventually gave him access to her bank accounts and to her money and to her lifestyle and this, that, and the third. And guess what happens? Her lifestyle starts to drain. But meanwhile, she just thought it was the alignment. He's so perfect because we're the same. And da 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 da. Meanwhile, he's a predator. And y'all fail to realize, like with the age of social media, a lot of people are fucking predators. A lot of people will sit by and watch you and then construct or create a scenario to let me run across this person. And you'll be thinking, oh, it's so beautiful and new because da 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 da. Meanwhile, this nigga know everything about you, or this bitch know everything about you, and then they downplay it. Like, can you do da 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 da? Like, I was laughing because I love Neon. Neon is a streamer, right? And I'll be seeing him a lot. I don't follow him, but for some reason, a lot of his stuff comes up. And so, he streams a lot with Alabama Barker, which is, I don't want to say it like her dad is Travis Barker, okay, from music. And I think the reason why I know Travis Barker is because maybe some music. I think it has something to do with Jay-Z or something. I don't know. Anyway, because for some reason I think it was and he may not even be on that group, but for some reason I keep attributing with him. How it was the crossover, and Jay-Z the one that did the crossover so much better than most people try it because they'll be trying to incorporate. It was, what is them people's name? Um, I want to say London. So it's not that. It might not even be him. Um, but anyway, it was the crossover between with rap and rock and roll. That shit was hot. Anyway, long story short, Alabama Barker, her daughter, but Travis Barker's with Courtney Kardashian, and they just did a video that was so cute. Anyway, long story short, Neon streams of Alabama Barker a lot, and he said, because they be going back and forth about who's buying who. She rich, he rich. He Indian, she white girl, but mixture. She white, but you couldn't tell because she do all the black shit. Anyway, long story short, um, he asked her what did she want to eat. He said, "You want to order some food?" She said, "I'll order it." And so he was like, "No, why would you pay for it? And I'm right here." And she was like, "I'll get it," because they be doing this thing like for each other, and I love seeing them together, right? Because I like when people do stuff for each other, right? And they not together, but it looked like eventually they probably gonna be together because their chemistry is getting something, right? And I can tell he really likes her because he's like kind of shy, like I don't know, gives like meat boy. I don't know. It's funny though to see their dynamic, and it's cute, right? And I like young love. Anyway, so long story short, why would you get it? And I'm here. So I'll be in the comments because I like the comments. So I like going through and see what everybody in the comments is saying. Somebody in the comments said, I'd like to eat car dealer shit, right? Because he be buying her shit and she be buying him shit. He bought her a Birkin and she bought him a bunch of stuff. So they be going back and forth. Somehow she got into his apartment and all this other stuff. So I like seeing that dynamic. Anyway, long story short, so somebody underneath of that comment says that was funny because it was funny. It was funny, but guys like him run from when they figure out that you're trying to get stuff, right? That could be true or it could not be true. But to me, the person that also commented underneath of that basically, so you want to be a conniver. Because guess what? Um, Lotto said, I must be the drama way he spent 200K during the first week, right? So if a nigga know that you don't have something or vice versa, they would want to get it for you anyway. You acting as if or saying you wouldn't want it or you don't need it or not being able to say it is conniving, especially when you need it. So, it just depends, right? Depends on who you ask. Yes, you see what I'm saying? So if what's the saying? Um, a fair exchange ain't no swindle or something. What is the saying? Whatever that is, like it depends on who you talking to and why you talking to. Because some people come straight in the gate doing shit. You see what I'm saying? And if you're not used to that, then of course you wouldn't know that. But people do that. I told y'all, like, one of the people that I was with made sure that I did certain things that I, at once upon a time, would not do for myself. And then they was like, do it anyway. And then after I started doing it, I was glad that, I started to do it because it's a different thing. It's like people say, I don't like going on vacation, right? And then they start going on vacation and you realize they actively like vacations, but you wasn't going on vacations because you can't afford a vacation. So of course you wouldn't know what a vacation. It's like a thing, but it'd be a lot of people who actively live their life, and that's one of the things that I said even this summer I was going to do because I have this thing. I don't feel right doing stuff when if I can't pay something or if I'm not doing something that I'm supposed to be doing. Like I'm a person, I'm going to pay my bills before I do anything, right? But I be seeing a lot of people that I know just be out here doing whatever they be doing, having fun, living their life, and you deal with it whenever you deal with it. But just think, suppose you die today, right? And prayerfully you die in 100 billion years. But suppose you died today and you didn't do some of the things that you wanted to do. Why? Because you're saying a fair exchange is no robbery. That you see what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to give you, you get ready to give me, let's discuss it, talk about it. It's like a thing where people try to make it taboo to talk about what's necessary and needed. Like, let's put this shit on the table, put all your cards on the table. What you need, how you need it, what you need for me to do to you, for you, to you, through you, and you, like what you need. Let's not be playing around because then it is like, or a person actively, it's like the miscommunication, but it's also misdirection and lies. Because why are you trying to manipulate me into giving you something when all you have to do is fucking ask? What the hell do you need? Like, and that's another thing. Like, some people are afraid to ask for what they want or for what they need. Why? Only thing a person can say is no, and it would behoove you to figure out whether or not that person could give it to you right away or not. Like, why we gotta waste time? And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. Like, in this lifetime, it is that comment because you know what he said later on? I'm listening to something else because I only see their streams on clips via TikTok, right? So later on, she was washing his hair because somebody turned his hair pink. I don't know how that happened because I ain't see the clip, right? He had his hair pink or purple. Because then I was laughing. I did see a clip with him and a guy. They call him his brother or something. He sounds like he's Russian, but I think he's Indian or something. I don't know. Because he was telling him that you can't do certain things because they're Muslim, right? So anyway, he said, take a picture with me. And so the guy's Lamborghini was the same color as Neon's hair. So, but the way the guy was like trying to force him made me laugh because in the comments, they said he's giving Big Brother vibes. But Neon was looking like me. Like it be the innocence in him that makes me laugh so much because you can tell he's very innocent in certain behaviors, right? And so he looking at the guy like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I should be taking this picture because he got him laying on top of a Lamborghini, like making him take a picture with him, right? So anyway, he's ended up, so that was ended up happening. But anyway, later on she's washing his hair out and she made his hair blonde like her hair, which I thought was cute too because now they kind of matching, right? And he says I should get you a salon, and she says that would be my dream. Mind you, her people got money. It's not like she can't have a salon. Her stepmother is Kourtney Kardashian. And I'm, sure, she don't be counting other people's money and this, that, and the third, but she said that will be my dream. Like a hair salon don't seem far off of, you see what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, and maybe she might be one of those kids where she don't, ask for stuff. She want to make it on her own. But for her to say that's my dream, and he said, I'm gonna make your dream come true. She didn't ask him. He said to her, like, why don't you have a hair salon? Because she's doing so good at his. So one, he's paying attention. And that's another thing that a lot of people don't do. Like we be out here dating and talking to and marrying and being involved with people that don't observe you, don't pay attention to you, don't, really even invest a thought into you. And I'm gonna say this because I laughed at a girl yesterday. I seen she came across my timeline and she said, I'm gonna just date my mama. She said because not one time out of all the niggas that I done been with, not one time has any of them ever bought me Scooby Doo anything. And she said, I just happened to get in my mama car to back up my mama car. She said, my mama can't find a nigga. I can't find a nigga. And mind you, she said, I be treating my mama. It made me laugh. She said, I be treating my mama like something. She said, because she be leaving her mama on red in her DMs. One of them niggas in my DMs, right? That's what she said. I be treating my mama like one of them niggas in my DMs. I be leaving her on red and shit. But I'm gonna start playing cards with my mama this because they in there. She said I gotta learn how to play cards, and the whole thing was funny. But the thing was that stuck out to me was this. She said she got in her mama's car and it was a pack of Scooby Doo something in there. And she said her mom knows that she likes Scooby Doo, so I know it's for me. But the whole entire time I was dating, all these years, not one of these niggas, and everybody knows that I like Scooby Doo, not one of them ever did it. That says a lot because when a person actively likes you, they pay attention to the things that you like. But remember here, dears and sirs, or everybody's dear, remember what I told y'all before. On one side, you got a person that is watching everything that you do, trying to figure out how to get in to manipulate. Then on the flip side of that, we got another, scenario that is happening where you're actively dating people and you're being involved, same scenario, I guess it could be. You're dating people and they don't observe, they don't excuse me, they don't initiate, they don't align, because that's the magic word here. We just be doing stuff. And it's like sometimes we have to actually sit down and think or be able to articulate the things that we're actively seeing. And a lot of people can't do that, even for ourselves. Like I notice a pattern in me of doing this with people, or I notice a pattern in me with doing this with people. emotionally unavailable. And a lot of people actively are and don't realize it. But mind you, everybody out here, seeking who they can be in a relationship with or who they can get connected to. When a lot of people should be in a relationship and get connected to themselves because they're not actively really ready to be with nobody else. Because one, either you're predatory. It's like the thing where, somebody will get mad because you don't give them the time of day. And then they use that as, now I really got to get it. Now you're targeting. Other than we're not in alignment. I don't like you. Somebody in my DMs this morning, my DM's been popping lately for some reason because this nigga's falling out the sky. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Anyway, some nigga in my DM says, I can 1,000,000,000% something on your profile. As soon as I got to that, let me tell you what I was doing, pushing the block button. Like, I don't know what it is with me and DMs and people, like, because to me, I ain't nobody's fucking secret. And you know the thing is, it's sacred, not secret. I ain't nobody's secret. If it's real, it's like my Facebook. If it's real, put it on my wall, nigga. Because who the fuck is you in my inbox from? That's what it always make me think. Like, who the fuck is you in my inbox from? And then half the time, these niggas be making up fake profiles and this, that, and the third. So, you nigga, you probably from a small village in Africa out here trying to gaslight and do some other shit. Anyway, something about it, like the minute I see DMs, it irritates the shit out of me. Because why the fuck are you doing that? So, go with the flow means to move through life with less resistance and more acceptance of what's happening instead of trying to control every outcome. She said ever. Period. It usually means adapting to situations, staying flexible, trusting the process, not forcing things, allowing life to unfold naturally. For example, if plans change instead of panicking or fighting reality, someone who goes with the flow adjusts calmly and keeps moving forward. Emotionally and spiritually, it can mean releasing attachment to control, trusting time, surrendering anxiety about the future, accepting change as part of life. Um, for some reason, in the process of that, it keeps showing me like when it's falling. When something is falling and something is falling down in our life that we really actually want, whether it be relationship, situational, employment, monetary, or anything, right? When you lose something, you normally try to figure out, what it needs, how do I adjust? How do I do this? Sometimes it is basically moving into a new season. It's God trying to show us like that ain't it. It's you're out of alignment now with that, whatever that is. But instead we invest more time, energy, money into trying to save that thing to where we still end up losing it anyway. And then, mind you, a lot of people don't make peace with it until it's over. But we could have actively, saved ourselves a whole lot of time, money, and energy, and realizing that it was out of alignment anyway from the gate, and then just letting it go. So it's like relationships and things of that nature. I can tell you this by one time me even saying to a person like, "Let's wait this, let's do this, and then let's wait this amount of time." No, we should just be over now. Like, but I have done both things. I have done the let's wait until, let's wait a while before it's too late. Janet Jackson, let's wait a while. And then on another note, nigga, let's get it done today. Like, let's not wait no longer. Let's just move it along, because why should we wait? It ain't gonna do nothing but waste your time, my time, and everybody else's time that's involved in this. So let's just cut this shit short. But most of the time, the times when we be like, oh, let's just wait a while, that be the times that we should cut it short, and the times that, so it be vice versa on a thing. Again, more discernment in this situation, but, shit, we figure it out when we figure it out. So it's connected to ideas like inner peace, detachment, balance, being present, flowing like water instead of resisting like a wall. Deeper interpretation: life becomes harder when you fight every current trying to move you. And then on top of that, it's a thing like sometimes you fight against the current and you drown. But also actively, anybody that knows anything about the current, if you just relax and allow your body to just go with it, you survive. You don't go under. what is that song? It is don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a joke sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Y'all, it be so many gems and jewels in old school songs that they be giving that we don't really actively pay attention to until you actively going through something. You're in the midst of something, and then you be like, "That's what the hell they meant." Damn. Anyway, or don't trick nobody because you don't never know. You never know what you're gonna get. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. An ass whipping. Take it how it resonates. And then sometimes that be the thing. Like, have y'all ever ran across somebody and you be like, I know you ain't never really got your ass beat. Why? Because in real life, ass whoopings, and I ain't promoting violence or nothing, so just so y'all know. But it's like the law of cause and effect. You reap what you sow. If you do something to somebody, right, all ill and out the way, and you get your ass beat, then you know not to do it again. Some people be delusional because they've been getting away with stuff throughout this lifetime, and they got their ass beat, and then they think they could do it, over and over and over again. And then one day they run across somebody and they give them exactly what they asked for. So it's like a bad kid. Like a person, you need to train your children, right? Because they be bad kids and you let them get away with some shit, but when they get out in the streets, ain't nobody gonna let them get away with something. So if you love them, show them the right way because them streets gonna do them dirty. See what I'm saying? That type of shit. Like, life becomes harder when you fight every current trying to move you. But you go with the flow does not necessarily mean giving up on your goals, letting people disrespect you, because sometimes you might just have to take that ass beating because bitch, fuck you. And you're gonna have to do it every time I see you. So again, it's discernment on the situation, as above, so below, as within, so without. Money don't make happiness, don't create happiness, but money can create things that bring happiness. People that have a whole lot of money that then done a whole lot of shit be very sad because they done ran out of shit to do. Instead of paying attention to, maybe you should just be working on yourself. Maybe you're not happy and you got a lot of money and it's because of you. Because I'm sure, like, most people who don't have a lot of money, you figure out certain things. You can take your people here, right? I can take all my people here, da 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 da. And the people that have money have already taken them people already there. And then they realize that the people that are around them aren't genuinely the people that they need to have around. You haven't found that out yet. So here we are. But then suppose you have the family, you invest in your people and this, that, and the third, and then all of a sudden you realize, damn, this person never left my side. Like, Jay-Z said, Ty here, this person here, this person here, this person here. These is all the people that's here. These are people that's been here for a long time. This nigga spend more time at my house than I spend at my house. You start to realize who really belongs there, who you can trust, who actively has your back, and who don't. Some people will be hangers on. You don't want that. And it's the song. It is Beautiful People. I love that song. And I didn't think that the video matched the lyrics because it was weird. That let's not become beautiful people, meaning that the beautiful people is all the people who just be, at this place and they don't really have like, real connections to anybody. It's just for the aesthetic or for like the look. But this person, this husband and wife, or whatever they was, ends up becoming, multimillionaires, and they get to go to places where these people are around, and then they start to change the way they dress, they start to change the way they look, they start to do all these things, and then it's like now you become superficial along with these people that's already don't good for nothings, and you don't even want to be that either. So to me, it's one of those things. It's like when the rise and fall, right? So started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team's fucking here. So you start from the bottom, and it's like you know how to struggle with some stuff. You know how to make ends meet. You know how to do more with less. You can put some shit together. You can make something happen out of nothing, right? And then all of a sudden, everything starts to happen where it's like, damn. You just got abundance, right? Are you still that person who puts something together out of nothing, or do you become, let me just throw some money at it, real, very frivolous thing? Or is it now not loving the thing that you do? Or did you never love the thing that you did anyway? And there's so many different angles to a lot of this, but the point of it is loving what you do, loving the people who love you, living life truly. That's the bottom line to the whole entire thing. And sometimes living life to its fullest, for the people who are struggling, living life to its fullest, going to work ain't it. Spending 13, 14, 15 hours in a company and then going home and rest of your time sleeping, not being able to deal with your friends, not being able to deal with your family, not being able to experience life. All you experiencing is the inside of an industrial da 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 da, whatever that is. And so the risk is, if I don't do that, if I don't spend 15, 16, 17 hours in a building, then now I'm risking my life, my friends, my family. Because when you settle down, what is the retirement age? 67. You retire at 67 or 62 or whatever the fuck. You retire at any one of those ages, and now half of the people that you knew are gone. That your kids are grown, and now you bored because I need to go back to work because that is my lifestyle. But everybody, the life then passed you by. You didn't get to experience anything in a relationship. It was a kiss going by. It may have been a hump in the middle of the night. I don't even know what you look like no more because I just did a little quick da 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 da, went to work, and now here we are. And then people start to realize you're gonna lose something. You either gonna lose this experience or you're gonna lose this. And so this is also another thing. So for the women and men who like the experience of being able to go and swipe your credit card or anything else, you may have to be with a person who spends a lot of hours at work. And this is one of the things that I don't like, right? If you say that you are willing to risk that, and this is my contribution, I want to be with a person who works to provide for me, right? Don't be mad at not seeing a nigga. Don't be out in the street fucking and being a good for nothing ass bitch because that is your sacrifice to this situation. They go to work, you get to go and do whatever you want to do. Don't be unfaithful. Unfaithful, infidelity, that thing. Because then what you notice with that is then a person to say, well, this person spends too much time at work. Well, you can go be with a broke nigga that ain't at work that spends a lot of time with you, and then you're going to be mad that you don't have something. So a lot of this sounds like, and just so you know, because it's all over the place, but these are things that are all over the place. What do you really want in life? And this is the ordering because we talked about it yesterday. It's a reorder. It's the cleaning of the space, the cleaning of the energy. So now it's like having a clean slate and the universe saying to you, what do you want? And you now being able to reorder everything that you've ever wanted in life. And it's important that you realize that the reordering is going to require like specifics. So be mindful that when you're going with the flow, that going with the flow means I'm just going to, let the universe take me where, the universe takes me. That could be anywhere. The universe drops you off at anybody's location, da 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 da. This person needs, whatever, or you need to learn whatever you need to learn from this person. And then you thinking like, why the fuck did I go here? Well, go with the flow. You said you was gonna go with the flow. You needed to go with the flow. This is the lesson. And what does it profit a man? So symbolically, water is often used because water bends without breaking, adapts to obstacles, keeps moving forward, can be gentle or powerful. Some people are learning that constant control comes from fear. Constant control comes from fear. It's one of those people who they'll say, you have control issues. Well, maybe I do. At one point in time, I feel like or maybe even it depends upon what it is, because that is a real thing based off of people. If you're being honest, do you have control issues sometimes? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Do you? Now that's the thing. On another note, going with the flow says I can control what I can control, and what I can't, I let it go. So if it's in my power for me to be able to direct it, deal with it, I will. I learned that my control issues only go that far. And so with that, I'm pleased with myself for that lesson. So I release the need to control every outcome. I trust myself to adapt, grow, and move with life instead of against it. Let me go back up here. Yo, it'd be a lot of stuff on this thing, because if you're tired of struggling, do this. Lose everything to lose nothing. Release attachment. I'm not in control of this. Whatever is happening, and it's like the ripple effect. Sometimes you don't even realize that whatever is happening happened a stone throw up the lake, and the ripple effect was just this. Stop letting possessions or approval define you. You're not defined by what you have. You're not defined by the people that you know. You're not defined. You are being defined by you, yourself, and you. But they do say birds of a feather flock together, so you have to be mindful that people will assume, people will, and what do we say about assumptions? Makes the ass out of them, not out of you. But people can assume. Let go of what is draining you. If it's stressing you out, why are you doing it? If your gut, this is a part of trusting your intuition. If your gut does these things beforehand, it's an absolute sign to say, don't do that. How did you feel? How do you feel when you're doing anything? That's important. That's the first lesson. Like, how does this make me feel when certain things happen? Yesterday, I was sitting on the couch, and out of nowhere, my heart started beating fast. And it made me wonder, like, what the fuck was the thought, or what happened that made that happen? Because I'm very, like, I started to be more aware of, like, when certain things happen, a smell came across, and then my heart started beating fast. And it made me wonder, like, I ain't doing nothing but sitting here. What energy is that? And so that's one of the things that I started also paying attention to. Like, when something outside of me starts to do a thing, it's inside of me, but outside of me, because I wasn't doing shit but sitting on the couch. Why would my heart start beating fast? Where did the smell come from? That smell is not actively in here. And so then it made me look at something, and I'm like, it'd be so weird how you don't realize, like, your energy is doing other things. Like, you could be sitting here, at least my energy do. I could be sitting here doing absolutely nothing, and then all of a sudden my energy is spiked, and I'll be like, okay, well, hey Papa Daddy, how you doing? Love you, thanks for being here. And my energy is spiked, and I'm like, what the fuck is that about? Then depending upon what's happening, because like I told y'all earlier, it smelled like summer. I had just opened the window, and so it smelled like summer. um I have already made a decision to say that I'm outside. Why? Because what I normally do is I sit still, I do absolutely nothing, but I'm going outside. Whether it be to do what this person want to do, whether it be to do anything. Like, I just happened to be seeing some stuff that came across the screen. Get some good rest. I will eventually. Thank you for that. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna not say no this time, like, because I'm just sitting in the house, and that's living life and doing, other stuff. But I want to get outside. I want to see some stuff. I want to, and actively, I can do everything around here because I like doing stuff around here. I want a sauna out here. I want to do some stuff with my pool this year because it needs some fixing. But I gotta be able to, do that. But there's stuff that I want to do. But if I can't do it here, then I'm gonna just go do it, and that's it. That's all. And I'm making the conscious decision to say that because of the fact that it could be living life, in a spot and this, that, and third, but also it's not. And I don't need nobody else to do it with me. I can just do it myself. I can meet people, where it is. I could, not meet people where it is. I could be by myself. I'm by myself here anyway. It don't make a difference. So it shouldn't make a difference whether or not I'm outside doing it or whether or not I'm inside doing it. So made a conscious decision that that's another thing. Um, whether or not it happens or not is another thing. You see what I'm saying? Because stuff could happen out in the universe, a ripple effect. You know what I'm saying? The air ain't that great. So let go of what's draining you. Surrender the version of yourself built on survival mode. And another thing is the reason why I said I don't do stuff is because I feel like if I can't do this, if I can't afford to do this, I like making sure I can. But if I'm not going to do it anyway, and I'm still just not living my life, like it is whatever this system, I want to break the conditioning. Whatever this system has conditioned, to take more of my energy, I want it to stop. Like the other day, yesterday I woke up real early in the morning. Like normally I'm a 4 a.m. waking up person. I noticed that since I've been streaming, I wake up later. And I proved this by the other day, didn't stream. I turned the cameras off, didn't matter. I woke up early in the morning like I normally wake up. This morning, I woke up later, but this morning I was streaming. So what is absorbing energy at nighttime, or what energy is being taken? And I like doing sleep streams, but something is actively happening that's making me sleep a lot longer than what I would if I'm not streaming. Anyway, long story short, I still woke up in time enough and I got up. I did cleaning because for some reason I like tidying up in the morning. I don't know what that is about me, but I always been like that, and that's something that I've grown to like learn and know about myself. I like the early morning, wake up, you know, pack the pillows, vacuum the floor, mop the floor. Like I like that. I like the early morning reset. I could possibly like the late night close down too, like shutting the house down and things of that nature because it's a process. You go through, you got to make sure that the doors are locked, you got to make sure that everything's put away, you got to be like that. And then in the morning, it's another situation where I got up this morning, I mopped the foyer, I did the vacuuming of the floors, I fluffed the pillows up, I picked up whatever, and you know what I'm saying, wiped off a couple little things. Those things make me feel good. If I had whatever I was going to cook, I probably would have already been cooked and did all that by now. Like I've always been the early morning, let me get stuff done. Why? Because I like moving around when either people are not around or people are asleep. Like, cleaning. I don't really want to have to clean around people. That gets on my nerves because they're actively messing up while you're cleaning up. Let me clean it up, then you do whatever you're going to do. And then, you know what I'm saying? It is a thing. So I don't know. That could just be me. Or it could be more things that you can control, more things that being aware of yourself. Like I'm an early morning cooker. I want to have my whole entire dinner done by this time. Like I know some people might want to cook the dinner before it's done. I mean before it's dinner time, right? But if you want the food to be, fresh and piping hot, let's get a crock pot. Cause I want to put the shit inside of the crock pot early in the day so then that way, like all day long, it's just like, smells like home or something. Whatever that is. Because there's certain things that you only want to cook. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to cook some bread or something like that, you might want that fresh coming out the oven by the time, so it's like the order of things. But whatever it is, like, let's put that shit on simmer. Let's have it already organized. Let's whatever. Now I want to do, so today I'm testing water. That's the other thing. I got some water that I done had sitting because I had this little container and it's in my room. And I keep looking at it and I'm like, that water look clean as fuck to have been there, sitting there for fucking the longest time because it's in this jug, right? Anyway, tested the water. The water is still fucking pure, but the other part is this. This house has copper pipes. So I'm wondering if that's contributing to the factor of the water that the way that it is. Because ain't no way that water should still be as crystal clear as it is. Anyway, I should dump it out, but I tested the shit last night and it was still in like you can drink this shit right now range. And it's been sitting there, I know, for every bit of at least 3 weeks because I ain't brought the bottle. It's in one of that little sit bottle that I got that turns the water into flavor. And don't ask me why. I ain't throwing it away, but I'll be doing it today because I'm probably gonna put some more water in it and drink out of it. But anyway, the water that's in it, I can put the shit in the refrigerator and still drink the shit from what the water tester said. I'd say yes. I'd say yes to what? What you say, Papa Daddy? What I say? The going outside. Then their identity is deeper than material things. Yeah. And your worth isn't dependent upon what you own or who stays, and then there's nothing left to lose. Um, it's similar to the idea of what can be taken away from you externally is not your true self. Spiritually, this can symbolize ego death, awakening through hardship, detachment, rebirth after loss, freedom from fear. It'd be funny. Oh, the copper. I think so because literally ain't no way that water should still be good. That water been sitting there. I'm telling you, every bit of over 3 weeks. I know it. And every time I be like, let me bring this jug down here, but I move it from my bathroom to my bedroom. But every time I look at it, I be like, this water still look clean as fuck. It don't got no particles in it, no nothing. Like this shit is crazy. Anyway, long story short, so if y'all haven't seen, like I done got all the bottles together with all the water, and I done sterilized the bottles and this, that, and the third because already actively something is happening in Georgia water. They apparently one of the areas that got a data center, the people it's in a rural area, and these people are talking about their water done turned brown. So whatever's happening is already on the rise. So I done started. I'm gonna have to start getting some bottled water. So if y'all ain't did that, please make sure y'all get y'all bottled water. If you are a person that's going to can or some water, do that. Like use, I got 2 big pickle jars that I had in my refrigerator. I took them out. I sterilized them in a big pot. I'm going to put water in them because these people, like, I don't understand. I really don't understand how they don't care about the earth. What the fuck do they think that they're going to do? And then on top of that, and I don't mean to say it like this, but them bitches ain't fireproof. So it makes me wonder, like, for all the people who and this is where I keep having to tell God, like, please guard my mind because in my mind I be thinking yesterday when I saw the thing that the July 6th or June 6th, whatever the day that them people climbed the wall at the over there on them grounds. The fact of the matter is that they brokered a deal with them to give them $1.6 billion. Why is 1.6 billion always the same or whatever $1 billion, right? It's always the same number. And that they're going to try to give it to the people, but they ain't came up with how they can do restitution or reparations to the black and brown community, the copper people at all period. January 6th, yup, billion with a B. This is what I'm saying. Y'all can figure out how to keep coming up. So to me, it's like pretty soon I can tell this system is going to burn itself down. It's going to have to because you literally keep trying to play in our face. And the fact of the matter is we already see that the courts are corrupt because ain't no way y'all brokered this deal with this nigga. Ain't no way y'all keep thinking that sooner or later everybody's gonna just keep letting you destroy the water. We're gonna keep letting you destroy the air. Like people are going to rise up, and whether it be like the part is it gonna be too late? That's the part that I'm wondering because everybody's saying it, everybody's upset, but they not mad enough because again, and when I say they, it's the people that benefited from this system. Y'all gonna have to go first. Why? Because you benefited from this system, and you just allowed it. But then it's the thing: what happens if they never attempt to do it, and they already are fucking with us to the tune of like, I done talked to God multiple times, like God, please get your people. And then yesterday it kept being this thing about two gods. So Genesis 1, Genesis 2, which is weird because, you know, when one thing exists, so does the other, right? But mind you, there's more gods, but one the God, right? One God, but when one thing exists, so does the other, right? So I kept seeing things come across my timeline and they kept saying Genesis 1 says God. But in Genesis 1, for God, as they were going through the days, it says, and y'all can look this up for yourselves because I done said it multiple times because it keeps throwing me for a loop. Man and woman he created, and man and woman he created, and created man and woman he. That meant that when Adam got created, so the fuck did a woman. When man got created, so did woman. He created the vice versa of each thing. It wasn't just one. Then it talks about, they kept saying in Genesis 2. So I don't know if they're separating Genesis from this, but they keep saying Genesis 2 is what the girl said. I didn't want to look it up because I'm fucking tired. Like, I'm exhausted with this bullshit. Whatever the narrative is, I'm tired of it. God, please get them. And the God that I'm talking to know what I'm talking about. Get all of them because I'm tired of this whole entire system. Like, at this point, like, wrap it up, throw it away. Throw the whole system away. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm already past it. Today, tomorrow, sooner or later, fucking push the button. I don't give a fuck what you do, bitch. Don't keep threatening me with a good time. Fucking do it. That's where I'm at. Cause if you're gonna keep trying to stop me from living, then what do I care about dying for? You see what I'm saying? You want me to be okay with living in this little microcosm of I'm not okay with that. So just fucking push the button, bitch. Don't keep threatening me with a good time. I don't want to do whatever this shit is. My free will is important. I want to do what my free will says I'm able to do. Anything and everything. I don't want to be limited, restricted by whatever your little peasantry is that you want me to do to work for you. And, you know, you should be happy to be alive for scraps. I ain't. So, you know, do with that information you will. Anyway, then it started talking about, in Genesis 2, they started talking about Lord God is how they started wording it. And so, see, I told you I didn't want to look nothing up, but then, you know, I hate talking to y'all about anything and not looking it up because I don't like to lie to y'all. Genesis 2. So in the book of Genesis, the wording changes simply from God in Genesis 1 to Lord God in Genesis 2. It says that it's real. That's a different God. Exactly. And that's why they keep saying that there's two gods. It doesn't make any sense if we're only here to simply exist. I want to live. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And this is why don't threaten me with no good time. Like, you can't threaten a person with something they don't care about. I don't care about if you burn this bitch ass place down. She said, "Beautiful morning, family. Beautiful morning." I don't give a damn if you burn this bitch down when all I see is like a bunch of ignorant ass shit happening anyway. So burn the bitch down. Don't fucking threaten me. That way God can get you already gone, and whoever's supposed to be here, be here. Whoever not supposed to be here should not be here. And this time, y'all, if they burn the bitch down, whoever survives, don't let them survive after the fact. Do not allow them pilgrims to come across here again, excuse me, and this time think that you want to broker deals with them. Treat them people like the fucking Sentinelese people on site, bitch. This lifetime, next lifetime, on site. Do not let them motherfuckers get a foothold in society ever again. When they show up, get rid of them. Period, point blank. Where you came from, no new friends. Can't be here. You ain't got to go home. You just won't be here. Go get your friends. I don't give a fuck. When they come, They can't be here either. We don't care if you live here on, planet Earth, but you won't be in this area. Okay? Ever. Go find you somewhere safe to live, just not here. And that's the rules of engagement from that next time. Because do you see these people trying to create stuff to where the indigenous people can't be in their own shit? Like, no. God, please get them. Because the shit that they're trying, and they know they wicked. They know they evil. Why are we fucking playing around with these people? The longer we keep letting them fucking talk and create, the bullshit, like, we know who the problem is. Let's get them going. But mind you, guess what? They saying the same thing about us. But mind you, this our land. And if we just forfeit it and give it to them, then we forfeit it and gave it to them. Why are we not fighting for it? They're getting ready to pay people that went and climbed walls. So why are we playing with them? Like, y'all was out here faking. Let's show you how to burn this bitch down for real. Anything you put on this land that ain't ours, burn it the fuck down. And I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, in reality, why is that not the thought process? Because you see what they're doing. They're burning the joint down. They're taking from everything. The land. They're pillaging everything. They don't give a fuck. They keep going until it's barren. So why are we allowing these things to happen? Let's make it make sense. And mind you, they don't have no shame in them at all, period. They don't care that they're taking the shit. They don't care that they leave a place barren. They don't care that they kill, still destroy. They don't care. Mind you, all we just sitting here saying, well, we hope they don't do this. Well, what they gonna do next? Like, bitch, are you not done with that yet? Like, at what point in time are y'all now ready to get to the good part of this shit? If you ain't gonna do the right thing, bitch, then fuck it. Ain't no bargaining with them. So what you want to do now? Like, we know the problem. Now, what's the next, thing on this agenda? So there's a group of people that they're creating, apparently, like legal, the black something or another, and so they're trying to create their space into the system. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't want no space in their system. I want their system gone. Or I want a system created that stands outside of their system. And then if they come over here the same way they built the kingdom, we build another one. And if they come over here doing shit, then bitch, the energy you give is gonna be the energy you get. We don't want no problems. Don't start none, won't be none. But yet we ain't fucking with y'all. And this is where we stand. And if you try it, bitch, then it's your fault. And quite frankly, the shit that's even going up because the lady that's talking, as far as the black people shit, I don't even really like their shit either. That's the other thing. And so it's a thing around here, all skin folk ain't kin folk. Like, it's a certain group of, black people. I don't want to fuck with them either. So they may think that the way that they're about to try to do something, is the right way. I don't like it. I don't like the whole, to me, you can, it don't matter about the color to me. It matters about the fucking, your morals in the system. And the people that's talking, it's great that somebody can have courage to want to build something. But if it ain't about the people, if it ain't about the people altogether, like something that the lady said, something that you're qualified for, right? What does qualifications mean? You see what I'm saying? So they'll do quantified based off of this man's system. I don't like that. Because God ain't this man's system. You see what I mean? Like, and the minute she said that, it made me realize, no. Because whatever that is, it's already trying to control. And it's not going to be nothing but the same exact system that comes up under little baby them. And I don't know if y'all like certain black people, it's like the arrogance of them that I ain't even with either. So just so y'all know, it ain't got nothing to do with just a person being black. I don't vote for people just because they black. Because some of the blacks have been corrupted by the people that do, weird random shit that I don't like. And that's the part. So do that what you will. So it says, in English Bibles, God equals translated from the Hebrew word Elohim, Lord, all caps translated from the divine meaning Yahweh. So Lord God combines both Yahweh Elohim. Anyway, y'all, I would be mindful because the fact of the matter is when they start changing words mean the title's always right. And so the fact that certain people are saying that there's two gods listed, Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, because why would you change the wording? Why would you change the verbiage unless you was talking about something different? And so people are not wrong to think that. Genesis 1 uses mostly Elohim. This chapter feels cosmic, powerful, structured, universal. God is represented as a creator of the entire universe. Genesis 2 switches the Lord God, more personal, relational, intimate, and human centered. God forms Adam from dust. How is there two creation stories? So it makes sense that they're thinking that. So they then took two different situations because Genesis 1 says man and woman he created. So either they're putting two creation stories together. This is the reason why I keep telling y'all have to watch the people. The people don't be knowing what the hell they be doing. People are corrupted. And the way they be doing stuff, because how do you tell me that he created them both, and then later on you go back and say, and when one thing exists, so does the other. When God created the heaven, the stars, the earth, this, and the third, he also created the hell, the abyss. So do with that information what you will. Either way, God, get them, because I'm even tired of shit like this. I'm over it. It don't make sense that there's a group of people that want to corrupt so bad. Mind you, they still sitting here. These same people still exist. So I'm sure if they pass down the history and this, that, and the third, when one pope to the next pope to the next pope to the next pope, the nigga that's sitting there know it too. So, and ain't nobody volunteering, oh, my bad, y'all, we messed up. And I, like, to me, because guess what? It couldn't be me because I'll be telling. Well, y'all, this is what they did previously, but this is my journey now and into popehood. So I'm gonna have to tell y'all some things. No, never mind what they did, because guess what? I didn't do it. All I'm here to do is correct what they did. That's the only thing I would be fucking saying, because you ain't gonna blame me for it because I ain't did it. It was, past tense. But what I can do now is fix it, correct it, and be the person. But whoever wants to be the person in 100,000 years to say, y'all, these niggas been fucking with y'all the whole entire time. It's like at this moment, it don't even matter what they say, for real, because guess what? These niggas then came out and told you that Jesus was black, right? And do you know that actively still to this day, it's a bunch of people running around here still, they want to worship white Jesus. Why? Because they want to do what they want to do. That's just what they're used to. That's what they feel comfortable with. Mind you, they got books, they got history, they got all types of stuff. And, I don't give a fuck what they put in the books. But, at the end of the day going to end. It don't matter. People are still going to believe what the people believe. Some people, you can show them that the shit stinks. They're not going to care. They can smell it. They can, they'll do everything but want to eat it. So, ladies, yes. God bless you. Yesterday, some ladies was outside, and this is the other thing I don't like. If you're not going to represent it and you're not going to do it first, don't try to get nobody else to do it. So there's this guy, and it made me laugh. these women was going by. I don't know what they was, white, Spanish, whatever the fuck. Same. They asked them, do they condone what President Trump is doing in Israel? Da 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 da. Right? All these little ass ladies. They was like, oh yes, we love President Trump. Da 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 da. Let me sign. They wanted to sign. The nigga said, let him sign the paperwork. Then what he does is he takes this jacket out and puts this military jacket on him. He said, so y'all gonna leave such and such and such a time, right? What you mean? He said you gonna go fight for the war that you just said you are, appreciating President Trump, this, that, and the third. So you're gonna go fight for the war. All of a sudden, now one lady snatches the paper bag and rips it the fuck up. The other lady takes the jacket off. Like, how y'all bitches always out? Like, if you're condoning something and you're all for it, if you're not gonna do it, don't try to send nobody else to do it, bitch. If you gonna condone a war, send your ass the fuck to do it. That right there will stop a lot of people from getting involved in talking about wanting to condone. Like, yeah, if you condone it, then I need everybody that loves the fact that this is happening, all y'all bitches get suited and booted. That'll tell me whether or not you really want to go do it. Because if you love something and you condone something, you're gonna fight for it, right? I know I am. So I'm not gonna try to send nobody to war, a war that I'm not gonna be willing to fight for. So you out here signing shit, not never knowing what you're talking about, just out here just so, happy go lucky. Oh, I wanna kiss a nigga ass. But yet you don't wanna go put the jacket on to fucking go defend it. It'd be a lot of cowardly shit like that. Like, I'm telling you, it's real easy to fix a lot of rules around this bitch. Because if you condone it, you want to get involved in it, right? So why they need to get their asses on the front line, huh? Yeah, definitely. That's what I was thinking. That bitch took that jacket off so quick. They snatched the paper and walked the fuck away. Nigga said y'all signed up for the military. It was some different shit happening. Like, nigga. Cause do y'all realize it's some people that really is gun ho for this shit? They will like volunteer, like call for the volunteers. It's some niggas that's gun ho for this shit that they will want to go die for what they believe in. If you're not willing to die for this shit, you don't really fucking believe in it, bitch. Because you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day gonna end. If anybody talking about let's go do da 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 because of the shit that I'm talking about, bitch, where we meeting at? Because at this point, I'm sick of them any fucking way. What you want to do? Like, what's the plan? How many people we got? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, ain't nobody sending nobody to do nothing. Y'all talk about some fucking war. The war is fucking indoors. The war is here. The niggas is fucking up the water. Everywhere else outside of here, they figured out where to put this shit so the water don't fuck up the people. America don't love Americans, just so y'all know. Because America is not Americans. The Americans is the people that the industry that they created. It ain't for like they don't give a fuck. I think this is the fucking prison state for real, for real. Y'all talking about the prison planet? No, the U.S. is the prison state because everywhere else is fucking doing shit to kind of combat the food, the water, make sure everything is good. Over here, they don't give a fuck. Mind you, we're the land of the free, the home of the suck ass. Because clearly they kissing big ass. What the hell? But stay putting people's lives in jeopardy because your ass ain't never going to have to duck any book. That's what I'm getting at. And so all these old ass bitches that's out here talking about something, like, bitch, you get on the front line. Why are you not volunteering? Y'all out here, oh, we love da 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 da. They love them until this nigga go. They send ICE to their fucking house, and then the bitch, like the one that said, oh, well, they lied to us because da da da. Bitch, they ain't never lied. They already told you they didn't like your ass. You just out here thought that eating big dick was gonna fucking get you somewhere. It don't. Kissing ass don't get you nowhere, but to a brown face. That's all it does. But these niggas are gonna lie to every fucking body and they mama. That's the sad part. They don't give a fuck about their own fucking families. Other places don't have to get their hands dirty by waging war on the U.S. Hey, hello. They're going to let us be discouraged that we think they are and kill each other from the inside. That hello, this is what they doing. And matter of fact, like I said, and I love it here. Like I live here. I was born and raised here. At the end of the day, but you're trying to tell me that now, my status, my people, my ancestors, my history don't matter. Mind you, looking up some shit, y'all, they was just been sending people outside of here for forever and a day, and ain't nobody saying nothing. The courts don't give a fuck. The courts are for them. Because how the fuck else would they have just gotten a fucking ruling? Like, these niggas didn't get punished, nothing. They got $1 billion. Ain't no fucking laws around this bitch, because if it ain't no laws for them, then it ain't no fucking laws. How is it laws for you and not no laws for them? That's ludicrous. The laws are supposed to be the laws. And if not, God, please get them, because at this point, like, I'm tired of the system. That's what I told the lady. Like, it don't make no sense. The shit is weird. The shit is weird to the tune of, like, everybody can see it and nobody cares. Everybody just out this bitch like, well, maybe sooner or later, hopefully, ain't no nothing. They've been doing this shit for hundreds of thousands of years. The shit is just that. They don't give a fuck. They're never going to give a fuck. Then on top of that, they get mad at you when you talk about it. All of a sudden, you're mad at me because I said something about what you're actively doing. That's the weirdest part. Never the fact that, they're doing this stuff. That's the weird part. They will want to punish you, but mind you, ain't none of them getting punished. Like, y'all not, that don't mean nothing to y'all. How does that work? Like, everything that these people have done has been highly treasonous, but if you do it, you go to jail for forever. But meanwhile, they ain't going to jail. That shit's crazy. But do with that information what you will, because apparently I'm wrong for talking about it. The deception that they have done to the people. Adonai. Jewish tradition often avoided saying this name out loud out of reverence, substituting words like Adonai, Adonai, Lord. That's why English Bibles often render it as Lord instead of spelling the divine name directly. Deep interpretation. Genesis 1 reveals power of creation. Genesis 2 reveals intimacy of the Creator. Either way, another hypocrisy, just so y'all know. But ain't nobody gonna act like they don't see it. Well, no, they're gonna act like they don't see it. So there's that. It ain't even no point in bringing it up, because at the end of the day, they go in and they like sitting under fucking discrepancies or whatever the fuck that is, hypocrisies. Sometimes people hit a breaking point where they stop performing, chasing, or pretending, and that honestly becomes the beginning of healing and transformation. The phase is not necessarily saying to literally destroy your life or give away everything. It's more about releasing unhealthy attachment and fear. A deeper interpretation could be a struggle ends when fear of loss no longer controls you, because you can only threaten a person with what they care about. And if you don't care about it, then why is it being a threat? Like, I don't care about that, so you can't talk me to that. Like how they try to use certain things in society to try to make you bend to their will. I don't give a fuck about that. At this point, like, there's not too much stuff you can make me care about around here, because of the fact that, like, it's all corrupted. The system itself, this simulation is corrupted. And until somebody fixes the corruption to make it, make sense, because it don't make sense to me. And you have to make some shit make sense to me. Relationships, the air, the ground, the raising, the conditioning, you woke me up in a system only to make me think that I had free will, but technically there was never any free will. It's always a time to go to bed. It's always a time to do this. It's always a time to do this, and it's always a time to do this, which makes another thing. There is a time. Let me see what that was. It's a thing that says that. All right, so it is a saying that says Ecclesiastics, because we were supposed to be talking about that anyway. So um to everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up which was planted. Ecclesiastics 3:1 through 2. Another wording people often say is there's a time for sowing and a time for reaping. Meaning the passage. So guess what? And this is the thing where I think God actively, starts to respond to, because a time to live and a time to die. When does the living start? Because it's been a time to die since you got pushed out of the womb, when it ain't been nothing but control. When the baby go to sleep, when the baby eats, what the baby gets shot up with. They didn't ask the baby whether or not the baby wanted fucking immunizations. They just basically started jabbing the baby soon as the fucking baby came out. They said it was good for you. The baby never agreed. Take you from your mother's milk and start putting you on Similac Infamil. The baby never agreed. The baby had food when it came in. It was the mama. Then they told you that the baby has to go to preschool, Head Start, elementary school. Each time the baby got to get jabbed. The baby never condoned. The baby never consented. The parents didn't never consent, because it's like a cycle that's going into it. It has to stop. So if it's a time to live and a time to die, when does the living start? When you die? Because this another thing. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. To me, is this the living or the dying part? All right. So going back into the cycle, because apparently this is what it continues to keep being, a cycle of things. Um, there's a time for sowing and a time for reaping. Sowing means planting seeds. Reaping means harvesting what was planted. Um, Life moves through cycles. Everything has a season. Not every moment is meant for the same exact thing. So the seasons change, people change. Winter, spring, summer, fall. But then there was a thing where it says that you won't know the seasons. The seasons will be mixed up, this, that, and the third, da 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 da. But if you get to know the seasons, and if you know the seasons, yes, you definitely can, sir. Yo, sorry. There's somebody else that's talking to me too on another thing. So I've been going back and forth, but y'all remember when Messenger used to be a thing? Does anybody still use that? I didn't mean to type that like that though either. Other places don't have to get their hands dirty. Oh, okay, I read that already. So life moves in cycles. Everything has a seasons. Not every moment is meant for the same exact thing. So there are seasons for growth, loss, healing, waiting, beginnings, endings, actions, rest. Spiritually, it means you cannot force harvest in a season meant for planting. All right, so just so y'all know, something is very much off because even though this is saying this, but now there's things are changing because that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So normally, like with the Farmer's Almanac, and this is the reason why they taking this out and wonder why they start to miss things because the Farmer's Almanac says that certain things are supposed to grow during certain periods of time. And so, if I'm not mistaken, and somebody can tell me if it's right or wrong, but I think that last year's Farmer's Almanac was the last one, or it might be this year's Farmer's Almanac. Anyway, why would that be? Well, for me, shit is just growing when it's not supposed to be growing, and at this point, everything is it's warmer. So they're saying, climate change, this, that, and the third. My basic text, stupid, huh? Okay. I'm just learning how to actually use that like a regular person. Oh, the messenger. I went outside today to water some of the plants that I have planted, and everything is growing. And so I love that for me. And that means that my energy ain't, bad or anything. Because my aunt said if you can't grow nothing, that means you got bad energy. So I'm noticing even over here, the far buckets, the shit, everything is growing. So I'm happy. The other thing is, don't ask me what's planted in each one of them because I was just planting a bunch of shit. So whatever we get is what we get. Okay. Um, I can possibly go back to the day that I recorded it and look at the video because I think I intentionally set it there. But, who cares? You get what you get and you don't have a fit, period. And be thankful that the shit is growing because there's green shit growing in everywhere. I'm just wondering how the pumpkins and the shit going to turn out. And prayerfully, God allows me to be able to do the things that I need to do in order to do what I need to do. So do with that information what you will. Um, What you plant through actions, energy, choices, and intentions eventually returns. Um, so it's deeply connected to patience, divine timing, karma, reaping and sowing, accepting life cycles. You know what? I think though also because a lot of times we watch people get stuff that actively they shouldn't be having. And whether or not it's a determination of what we're thinking, but these people for all intents purposes are very bad people. So why is it that people that do the worst things in life are profiting? Meanwhile, if you do something wrong, God deals with, me right from the gate. As soon as I do something wrong, like if I thought about going killing, stealing, and destroying, guess what? I'm gonna get caught instantly because I'm not supposed to be doing that. But in my mind, it makes me wonder why do certain people that live the worst life, they can, kill a billion people, they can, steal, they can lie, they can cheat, they can actively do all the worst things and get away with it. So is that a product of God's doing or is that a product of demons or other entities? Because I can't wrap my mind around it. I can't comprehend that only because, like I said, the first time if I think about stealing something, like say if I was just hungry and I just decided that I wanted to go to the store and steal, I would instantly get caught. God don't allow me to do stuff like that. So I would have to do it in a way probably just make me going to have to feel bad, like ask somebody for it. I don't really want to ask nobody for nothing. So I would have to actively say, y'all, I'm starving. And hey, Xavier, love you. Thank you for being here. Y'all, I'm starving. And, but even with that being said, I still don't think a person's going to give it. That's the thing. So when people be like, oh, well, if you needed something, just ask. I don't think that it's going to be like that because for some reason I know that I have to be the individual to get it. And so, and then on top of that, in my mind, it'd be like people be like, "Oh, well, we're glad she's starving, or we're glad something's happening to her." That's the way I be thinking. People be thinking about shit because a lot of people be mad at the fact that I be getting, a lot of shit, and so that could be true or false. But for the most part, I believe that it's true. So I don't expect for nobody to want to help me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't expect for nobody to want to help me. Then I know I can't go steal it. And you know, I ain't never just stood on a street corner just begging for nothing, but you know, maybe that might be the thing that might be the next best thing because shit, I ain't never did that, and that might make people feel good. Oh, she's standing on the side of the street begging for shit, and now, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm for real. Like, I'm not even fucking joking. I'm serious. Because that's what I think. Like, God, you don't want me to steal it. And then the people that are around here. So I don't know. Like, you see what I'm saying? To me, I feel like I'm at a loss because what do you want me to do? This ain't living. Then even when I was doing the stuff that I needed to do, it was stuff that kept actively, you know, happening. So clearly that's what God wanted because to me, they're only allowed to get away with stuff if God allows you to do it. So what do you want from me? What am I supposed to do that I'm not doing? That and I keep saying okay, like literally, I'm going with the flow. I keep saying okay, but pretty soon I don't know what else you want me to do. So I don't know. Anyway, some seasons are for becoming, others are for receiving what you become. So do with that information what you will. But then I said to y'all, this is not how this works. This is not how any of this works. Like this system, that's what they keep showing me. This is not how anything works. Because when I was growing up, they said, be a good person. You can become anything that you want to be. You can do anything that you want to do. Just follow the laws, the rules of the universe, and it works. The laws of the universe ain't working because you got these people out here tampering with the laws of the universe. So where is it? Where is that spot that I'm supposed to fit in? Because you told me these things are supposed to work. Meanwhile, actively, I'm confused. I'm watching the people who do the worst shit have the most fun. I'm watching the people who do the worst stuff rule the world. I'm watching the people who do the worst things benefit from it. And then you're telling me to be a good person. So at this point, I can't deal with none of it because, like, what does the title say? If you're tired of struggling, do this. Nothing. Like lose everything to lose nothing. So it's shedding. It's a shedding of the skin. It's a shedding of this environment. It's a shedding of conditioning. It is a shedding of everything that they have taught you, told you, and re-evolving. That is a totally different thing because then it's like now you are going to be different. You being different than anything that you ever thought of or ever known because of the fact that everything that they taught you ain't true. None of it's true. But you know, I'm not a bad person. I'm a don't start and I won't be none person. So I'm not going to actively just start doing bad shit because that's not in me. I'm not going to steal. Why? Because even though I could be hungry, I know it's wrong. It's funny around here because even if you go dumpster diving, I see people online and they be dumpster diving, right? Because the grocery stores be throwing away a lot of shit. And so they get mad at you even for taking the overflow of the things that you want. Like it's a lady on TikTok and they be having hella fruits and shit that be looking very good like that. Why didn't nobody eat this? Why didn't nobody buy this? But this system rather be wasteful, and which also makes me wonder like there's two separate worlds that are that is actively happening too. Well, probably more than just two at the same time simultaneously, because again, watching people dumpster dive for brand new shit, like you don't have to go in the store and purchase it. You could just go around to the back to the dumpster and pull it out. Food, um clothing, necessities, mind you, all brand new shit. Or you could be a person who is in the system and you going and actively, because you working 9,000 hours. But mind you, this lady that's dumpster driving is doing it with her daughter. They look like they having a good fucking time. It's like when I said that growing up, my mom and my aunts and this all her sisters, we would get together and we would go yard selling, or go on a trash run, which is like the day that the trash day is out. It is actively getting stuff that normally people be throwing away stuff, and it be still good stuff, right? And I noticed that if I think about the times, everybody was a lot happier. It was a lot more fun. The kids got to be together, this and a third. It wasn't until everybody started working and then actively inputting themselves into the system. And then one person thought they was better than the other. And then this sister be talking about this sister having da 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 da. Then this person thinking they better because they do this many hours. But mind you, now it's not the time being spent with the kids or anything else. It's the time that's being spent over here and now talking shit about each other. And to this day, they still just don't fucking get along. But the most simplest times that I remember everybody being happy was when nobody had nothing and everybody was actively, working together to build. And then after everybody started getting everything and thinking they was, whatever this society gives you credit for, then that's when the family dynamic tore down and we just can't get it back right because everybody is talking about everybody and people want to protect their image or what they got, or just be a bunch of bullshit, and it's weird. And so however that works, it just seems like the closer you get to the monetary system in the building is when everybody starts to be a certain type of something. And I think that it's this system because everybody has to take care of what you have to take care of, and it's the time that you spend going to get it, doing you do this and this, it's like a lot. So, anyway, you completely misunderstand the process. Because what is it for? We do it to bring everybody together. You go to work, you get money, you build because you want to bring everybody together, but for some reason it tears everybody apart. Because then people start to get jealous over this, who has this and this, then a third, not realizing like I'm doing all the things that I'm doing for everybody to bring everybody together. But some people, you can be the person that brings everybody together, and then somebody else would want to do it too. And it don't matter, but they'll be like, I should have this in order for me to do it. And so I want to be the person that, you know what I'm saying, it might not have been your assignment. And so now you're struggling with the person, butting heads with the person that whose assignment it was, and now it tears the whole entire thing down because of the fact that there was no unity in it. When this was the assignment, this person is the person that is being used to do this. It's not nobody else's charge. Everybody else is just supposed to help the person do it. That's it. But that's not the way it goes. This person has to have a bigger house. This person has to have, something better. This person and it'd be weird because then it starts to turn into a silent competition between people that you supposedly love and that supposedly love you. But meanwhile, they'll never admit to the fact that they're in competition with you. They'll never admit to the fact that they were jealous the whole entire time. And they had no reason to be because basically it was supposed to be beneficial for the family. The building was supposed to be to help you build. That was the assignment. People don't like that though. Because who are you? It's like, that argument that Esau and Jacob keep having because outsiders put their mouth on it. God already said it from the beginning. God, the first God, Genesis 1 God, said, this, that, or the third, and then all of a sudden, the Lord God, you're the people's personal God, that people had to feel like they were personally connected, and then all of a sudden, here goes the Book of Jubilees missing, and now it's the Lesser Genesis. But mind you, it is information that was supposed to be given because Jacob was on assignment, but yet the people's God, they try to put Esau in front, and then they try to say, well, Esau lost his birthright because he was begging for food. My brother shouldn't be begging for food, which is weird. Why would you say that? Just because he was born first didn't make him have the birthright. God already gave instructions But somebody else came along and they said, oh, well, because this one is first, this one is first. That's the way it's supposed to go. Whoever is first should be da 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 da. Well, in this case, one had already been spoken of beforehand. The other one's name never even was mentioned. We didn't even know who the other brother was going to be. It just said 2 nations will be born of your womb, and Jacob will be my first son. I don't know if they even mentioned the other brother. They may have. I don't know, but I know Jacob was. It was said to be that. Anyway, but then they put it's a sibling rivalry because they was already arguing and fighting in the womb. But then it has to be a thing. So reality doesn't work the way you think that it does. You can't skip cause and effect. Because this is the other thing. And this is one thing that I have to know and utilize too. Because sometimes, even when I say that, like, this person will go out and it looks like they're having more fun, you never know what a person is being dealt with, like what they're having to do. So it's one thing, like, say a person is out having a lot of fun, right? Or they look like they doing, really, really good. Meanwhile, through the grapevine, it sound like that a nigga got a steak shoved up their ass, and now they just shit everywhere they go, and they just walking around here smelling like shit. So would you take that along with the fact that this person has billions of dollars? I wouldn't. A person is out here having little man syndrome or little woman syndrome or whatever it is. Like, there's consequences that go along with it, even though you may not see them. A person may be running around here and they got, whatever disease, personal something something, but they got $1 trillion. The cause of what they did, you don't see. So God been dealing with them. On the other side, you don't see it. They cover it very well because, again, it's money to be covered. So they cover it with a nice suit or something. I don't know. Either way, would you take their issues, their problem, along with the money? Because ain't no way if somebody said, okay, I'm going to give you $1 billion, but you have to be this, a pedo in the process. No, thank you. You can keep the $1 billion. Because I don't want that on my record. Like, it's a weird ass thing. It's like, for you to be this, then you also have to be this. I'm good. Ironically, it does fit the theme of Ecclesiastics, the reaping and sowing in symbolic way. So, example, someone wants results without effort, peace without healing, wisdom without experience. So there's this thing, right? And I see it a lot in, like, older men that date younger women. I always dated older men, so I actively know this, right? Um, Older men will groom you, right? To be, you don't be this type of bitch. I only want you to be this type of bitch with me. Like, so I don't want you to be out being a hoe, but I want you to do some whole shit with me, right? So they groom you to be everything they want, but then they also talk against the other shit. So it's like, young bitches might not want to be, cleaning up. I ain't saying nothing about young bitches, but because I always been cleaning up from a young bitch to an old bitch. Anyway, so they might not want to be cleaning up, because when you go out and it's still a product, it's the same scenario. You put on 9,000 clothes and just throw it everywhere. But when you live with an older man, or when you live with a man or anybody, period, woman, man, I don't know, it needs to be nice and tidy, right? So grooming you to be, the best of, what they want, they deem to be whatever. Meanwhile, they still have a fetish for other things. So it kind of gives like a predatory vibe because they want to have what they want to have. They want to have their cake and eat it too. Okay? But I'm going to talk down on anything that I don't approve of. But then they wouldn't want it happening to, their daughter, they wouldn't even want it happening to them. Like, because again, they know it's predatory, right? But in the process, it's a thing. The reality of it is that they're only doing everything to benefit them, whether it be from teaching you the cooking period times, the cleaning times, the freakiest times, this, that, and the third. But in the process, guess what? They're also stealing. They're stealing. They're stealing you. Because when your ass get a certain age, they don't give a fuck. They're going to do the same exact thing because they're predatory. Even though you done learned all of these things, but by the time you get older, now you done wasted all your good years on this motherfucker, they're going to be actively doing the same exact thing again. And now you're going to be the old bitch that they're going to be talking about. But meanwhile, they done stole your time. God is going to deal with them. Trust and believe it. Most of the time, God be dealing with them with health shit because of the fact that they done stole something. They hid it under the guise of I'm giving you, a comfy, cushy life. But mind you, cleaning is work. So if you ain't got no housekeeper, bitch, you're the housekeeper. Cooking is work. So if you ain't got no cook, bitch, you're the cook. Child care, bearing a child on your body. So they done stole time, money, and energy from you and then hid it under the guise of them catering to you, loving you, giving you a cushy ass life. But meanwhile, they stole your whole entire you. But in their eyes, they did you a favor. So I'm gonna just tell y'all, do with that information what y'all will. Don't let nobody steal time, money, and energy from you under the guise of, oh, I gave you this life and I was this, that, or the third. Meanwhile, you didn't give me a housekeeper. Mind you, a nigga gave me a housekeeper. So just so y'all know. You didn't give me a cook. A nigga gave me a cook though, just so y'all know. Not the baby daddies. Another nigga. Give me a housekeeper, a cook, and some other shit. But anyway, if they ain't giving you that and they giving it to you under the guise of you have to cook, clean, fuck like a stripper in this bitch, and everything else, they not doing you no favors. The little bit of money that they give you is not doing you no favors. They're stealing a whole lot more from you because that life don't equate to that money. That life don't equate to that lifestyle. And whether or not anybody, prove me wrong. Do that. Show me anybody that basically then got a young girl and they're just paying for what they're paying for, but mind you, they're teaching this, they're grooming. It's a predator. So a lot of old niggas is out here being predatory, regardless of what they think. Okay, well, what you say, Majestic Grace? What was the saying? A fair exchange, such and such and such. It don't be a fair exchange because you didn't come out and say, well, in order for me, because technically, if I gotta fuck like a stripper and everything else, and you want some real freak shit in the bed, that's probably gonna equate to what you already just paid. Lady G, hi, greetings. However, the young chicks, you can't tell them Nathan. Usually they learn on their own. I mean, and that's the thing, but you gotta remember, it's a predator. The old nigga that basically is out here, that's a pedo too. Because you're being predatory about your little $5 that you're giving, but meanwhile, she's giving up way more. And again, you don't learn it until later on, but eventually, because you just be thinking, it's hot shit because you be hot shit, but you only hot shit until tomorrow because then there's a new hot shit about to come up, especially for them because a pedo is always looking for somebody that they ain't pedophiled on. And I don't give a fuck whether or not it's a consensual age or anything else. Nigga is still predatory because of the fact that that's what you're doing. You ain't changed your behavior. What the hell do you got in common? You ain't got shit in common other than the fact that a grown ass bitch is gonna tell you, nigga, I ain't doing that. And they're not, you're going to use buying a bag, a pair of shoes, a watch, whatever for that. But meanwhile, I want all that and some. So that's the other part. So it's predatory. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. There's a whole lot of shit happening. They want you to go with the flow, but meanwhile the flow ain't flowing. If I gotta fucking be scrubbing walls and this, that, and third, you ain't gave me a housekeeper. You ain't gave me cause another person I be seeing fucking Blueface. He be cracking me up. This dude says he likes the, and he's a young guy, but again, predatory already. Somebody taught him some predatory ass shit. Because he talking about something, he wants a woman to be able to clean, cook, this, and a third, suck, fuck, everything. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But what am I getting in return? You out fucking and sucking on another bitch? My pH off? Like, what I'm getting? Like, give me something as to why I need to be doing any of this. Because if I ain't got a housekeeper, like, again, it could be, a regular, such and such, but can I get a housekeeper once a month? Once every 2 weeks? Like, let her come in this bitch, because this is a big motherfucking house. Do I get you watching the baby time? Do I get nanny time? Do I get us going out time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can I get that? Can I get a chef come through this bitch here and there? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind cooking. I like cooking. But nigga, you want me to suck, fuck, cook on a daily basis? Do y'all know the statistics? If you go look it up, they said women that do all that die early. Go look it up. So you could be the perfect whatever, and bitch, you're risking your life. You're gonna die early because you are the perfect such and such and such and such. Mind you, these niggas don't give a fuck. So what am I getting? Like, you want extra bitches? We need some sister wives around here, okay? But what am I getting for that? What's the benefit of me having that? These niggas be out here wanting sister wives and can't even afford the first house. So make it make sense. There's a lot of things that um, everything goes into play. Anyway, life has processes, seasons, consequences, cycles. Um, get another job. Get another job. You can't afford this. Get another job. Mind you, you already worked 26 hours on the first job. It's only 24 hours in a day. Pretty soon we have to start thinking like something is not something in the system. Yo, something smells so good. Like I don't know what that smell is. It almost smells like, what do I got on my hand? Because I already had Blue Magic this morning. Blue Magic. What else did I put on? Blue Magic that was green. But something, and it smelled like I said, it smelled like a mixture of the air. I think smelled like summer, but it's something. I don't know. It smelled good though. Anyway, life has processes, seasons, consequences, and cycles. You can't bypass growth and still expect transformation. So you have to be able to and want to be able to, grow or elevate, ascend in the system. And how are you going to do that if you out here stressing and struggling to, all your direction, everything is on in this direction, and life is happening over here, but you're struggling with this. It's not alignment, or it's out of alignment. I was going to say, what the hell is up with this thing? Anyway, I trust the timing of my life. Whatever's happening is meant to happen. Even if it's uncomfortable, whatever's happening is happening. And if it's uncomfortable, why? If you can control it, do something about it. If you can't, hands off, step back, pray about it. Give it to God. Move on. Figure out something else to do. I'm learning and growing through every season. Are you? I release what I cannot control, and I'm safe to let life unfold naturally. So, for some reason, it's peace. Like, peace. What does that mean to you? Like, that's the question, to even ask yourself. What does that look like to you? Because sometimes we be saying, we want peace or we're peaceful, but what does that actually look like? I choose peace over resistance, going with the flow, letting something just be what it's going to be. I move with life, not against it. And y'all, sometimes that's hard because the very thing you could potentially want could be the thing that's causing you to struggle. You have to look at it for what it is. I allow things to come and go without fear. Holding on to people, places, situations, circumstances sometimes be the death of us. We be holding on to those things with very clenched hands. Meanwhile, if it wants to be, let it be. Like being open and allowing things to flow. But holding on to something so tightly that it is literally killing you. I do not force what is not meant for me. What is meant for me flows to me with ease. And I surrender to the need to control every outcome. Y'all, and I ain't gonna lie, some of these things be hard because you want what you want. You like what you like. You want to do what you want to do. You want to be where you want to be. You want to work where you want to work. You want to say what you want to say. And then the universe says that's out of alignment. That's not needed, not necessary. And, sometimes you have to trust the universe that is so much bigger and better over there. But how many of us are able to do that? I mean, because you want to, but sometimes it be hard. And I know that firsthand because, something that I like can't have. Something that you want can't have. It don't agree with you. Some things you may want don't want you back. Hey, Uncle Jukebox, how you doing? I'm planting seeds that will grow into something beautiful inside myself, inside of my environment, inside of my little bubble of things. I'm planting seeds that will grow into something beautiful. I don't know what it is. Like actively, I just told y'all I got seeds out there that I done planted. I don't know what that is. I knew what it was when I planted it. I knew what I wanted when I planted it. But because there's so many other manifestations and so many other thought processes, I left that and I walked away and I gave that to God, knowing that God wants better for me than I want for myself. And when it grows, I'm sure it's going to be something that's going to be, great for my spirit, my soul, nutritionist to my body, and that be people, places, and things. Love, happiness, joy, stuff that maybe we haven't even known how to cultivate in ourselves because we was conditioned to do it this way. Mind you, it can be done also this way. I told y'all I had a dream, and the name didn't match the relationship status because the relationship status gave me a sense of peace. It gave me happiness. It gave me smiles. It gave me joy. It gave me warmth. It gave me a feeling in my dream that lasted with me even throughout the day. Mind you, it just manifested into my dream in a way where, the universe was trying to show me that even though it says this, it can be this. My efforts are never wasted. I trust that what I give will return in the right timing. And I will get a chance to live. I am having a chance to live. I have lived. I just have to remember how to live. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here, Stefan. And so allowing ourselves to live. That's another thing. Are you allowing yourself to live? Or are you restricting yourself from living? Because a lot of us sometimes are restricting ourselves by saying things. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Speaking ill over ourselves, not giving ourselves grace. Because sometimes we may mess something up. Number one rule of Earth School, don't die. You can fix something tomorrow. You can fix it the next day. Just because something falls apart don't mean that it's the end of life. Try it again. Do it in a different way. If you wrong somebody, players fuck up. I get it. Apologize. Move on. What's meant to be will be meant to be. But sometimes the first thing is accountability. We're in ourselves. Like we always want to, look at somebody else, but technically it's looking at us ourselves. where did we go wrong in a situation? Like, to me, like, I know I probably come off as harsh to a lot of people because of the fact that, like, the energy they give is the energy they're going to receive. And so inside of me, my energy already picked up something, conniving, lying, cheating, this, that, and the third. But then sometimes it's almost like I just ain't got time for it. So I cut it off real quick. But also, I have to realize that's something that is a me thing. Why do I do that? Why am I like that? And so, accountability, even though it be them. I honor both the planting and the harvest seasons of my life. I mean, because sometimes we just have to trust our intuition, and my spirit just don't got a lot of time for bullshit. But I should have more patience, with people. But I'll be like this, like, let's get it done. What you need here? What you want here? What you need? What I gotta give you? Uncle Jukebox, what I need to, do for you today. Like, Stefan, what do I need to do for you today? Majestic Grace, Xavier, what do I need to do for you today? So prayerfully, I'm doing what I needed to do for you today. Prayerfully, I'm giving to you what I needed to give to you today. I honor both the planting and the harvest seasons of my life. I am patient with my process, and I have to be more patient with my process. 5 years, I feel like I'm learning to be more patient with my process. But again, patience is a virtue that I did not have because I like what I like. And I like, God know that about me. I know that about me. I have to learn to be patient with myself. I do not lose myself in temporary things. Reason, season, or lifetime. What do I need to do for you? Why are you here? How long are you going to be here for? What is it? Because I don't know, maybe that's another thing. Because I'll be like, we know the problem. Now, what do we do? What's the solution to a thing? And so maybe for me, I have to learn to even enjoy the process. The part where it's the analysis, because my brain instantly already sees like, that's the issue. So maybe it's even that, like being thankful that, that's the thing, but enjoying that process and allowing things to just play itself out. My value is not defined by what the hell is happening. Okay, stop that. It was recording everything. My value is not defined by external success. My success is not what somebody else wants, and whether or not somebody just wants to be a housewife, that's successful to them. That's not to be diminished by nobody. Whether or not somebody just wanted to be a mom, like at one point in time, that was my goal. I just wanted to be a housewife and a good mom and be able to, and that was absolutely all I wanted to do. And what was wrong with that? Nothing. I don't have, kids and this, that, and the third anymore, babies and things of that nature that I have to take care of. So now my goal is to be a great wife, a great business person, a great listener, a great, great other things. But that could be successful to me just because I don't want to go out and want to be, whatever somebody else wants to be, don't make me not successful. But other people will look at that as, oh, well, this stuff just going in here. This person is not successful because they don't match what I want to or I want. Well, maybe that might be the blessing in it. This person is this and you're that. That might be the thing that makes it work. That may be the thing that makes this relationship, this connection, this partnership, that may be the very thing that makes it successful. But you're not going to give it a chance because, whatever. Take it how it resonates. Um, I choose what aligns with my peace and my purpose. Don't push back your boundaries for anybody. Your boundaries are what keep you safe. Spiritual people know with whatever glitch that happened with handlers, with um spiritual implications, your boundaries are what keep you safe. Don't get tired to the point where you let your boundaries start to lax. It could cost you your life. And the number one rule of Earth School is don't die. I am becoming who I am meant to be. And that's a process all on its own. And I may change, something that I liked yesterday and, tomorrow, but it's something that I learned. It's me, my boundaries, my morals are important, and vice versa, and the same for y'all. So with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Hopefully I did my due diligence on this message. Always choose God. Have the day that you deserve, and so will I. If you wish to donate towards my channel, super stickers, super stars, super chats are all, appreciated. And I thank everybody that's been donating towards my channel lately. If you wish to donate any further past that, my GoFundMe is in the link, and so is my Cash App. And so I love y'all, and thank y'all for being here. That's all I got. Everybody love you. Stefan, Uncle Jukebox, Lady G, Xavier, Majestic Grace, love you. Thank you for being here always. Katrina, love you. Thank you for being here always. Papa Daddy, thank you for being here. Love you always. And Siobhan, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. And I think this is the first time you've been in my chat. MJ over here, thank you for being here. Abdul Hakim, welcome. Thank you for being here. And Kali, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Everybody, go with God.